All right, like I said, I'll do a quick shop tour, show you around. It's not very cleaned up at the moment. This is kind of what it looks like all the time at this point until we get some things changed around and some storage figured out. All right, to start off, when you first come in the door to your right side, the forging area. Currently, this is what I had set up in the last shop, the same forge, which needs to be rebuilt real bad. I had propane run outside to a 200-gallon tank. I've still got to bring that tank down and set it up and get these moved out. Open up a little bit more space over here, and I'm gonna probably have steel stock and tools hung up on this wall over here. It'd be nice to get a coal forge and a hood vent done eventually, but currently it's just get this area functional so I could get orders out, and that's kind of how it sits right now. I built a vise stand for here, and I don't know where it's gonna go at the moment, so it's just kind of sitting on a pad here, and this is where I store all my jigs and my bender attachment for this vise. And once I get the new forge and get the propane out, I'll be able to rearrange and set up everything for a more permanent structure, and I'll be able to bolt that into the ground. But right now, whenever I go into twisting big things, it kind of just scoots all over the place. So get that fixed. So you can see just a bunch of drops and cuts here, but this is the torch set. I use that a bunch, and then a power hammer that I built. This is the Appalachian style power hammer that I built in the last shop, and I put together a little bit of a video, but found out after I built it that in the last shop there was not enough power to actually run it. I could get it to run for like 10 or 15 seconds, and then it would trip the breaker that the whole building was running off of in the last shop. So it never really got up running up there. And I took apart the drive system to try and reduce some weight or reduce drag, and never put it back together. I've drug it down here, and now that it's in here and we've kind of gotten operational over the last few months, the footprint's too large, so I'm thinking about getting rid of it. So just off to the right, you had the forging area. We got a torch, we got the power hammer. That was a quick little air cooler dryer, and it's hooked into an air dryer up under the CNC plasma table. This is obviously a Langmuir Crossfire XR. So over here, this is still pretty chaotic. It's functional at this point, so this is what we got to deal with until we get everything sorted. We just upgraded to the Everlast 82i over the Razor Weld Cut 45 that was on the Crossfire Pro. With a bigger table, cutting bigger projects. It just didn't have the duty cycle. You've seen the Everlast, and then the old welding table that was up there. Continuing off the welding table, it's just that computer that we started with, and it runs the TV screen there. This was the old table that I had in the other shop that we run the drill press, and then we've got an assortment of bits that are just kind of sitting here. They need some place to go, but we don't have a place. This is a tapping arm. It's automatic tapping arm. We don't use that a ton, but when we do, it runs like crazy, like several hundred holes at a time. So it's nice to have. All right, picking up from that drill press in the corner in the dust collection, this is where the chaos really begins. There's a kiln, an old lathe, and then just random storage. What you see in front of you is a gantry that we built to be able to maneuver full 4x8 sheets off the truck onto the CNC. All right, here's that press brake that we've been working on. It's almost done. We just got to get some finishing touches on it and it'll be complete. Move it out of the way so you can see here. The old bandsaw that I restored, we've got most of the woodworking stuff is just kind of crammed over in these corners. We've really started to get away from a lot of the woodworking stuff, so this is actually going to go back up into the other shop, and we're just going to do metal down here, wood up there. I thought it'd be nice to have them both in the same location, but with as much metal as we're doing and as little wood as we're doing, we really need the space to store steel and have a big long cut station for 20-foot material. And that's what we'll show you next over here on the other side. But for the moment, there's just random hand tools that are stored on this back shelf here. Nothing special. There's a drum sander, a joiner, a planer, a router, a Revolution 2x72 belt grinder that's about 90% complete. I just have to wire in the motor with the VFD, and I think that's about it on that one. We'll probably put a coat of paint on it. Table saw. Actually, what's up under here, this, I don't know if you can see it, but these 2x6s are for storage and a miter saw station for the steel, and we'll swing around and show you that. So at the moment, I've got these super fancy 6x6s and 55-gallon metal drums that hold the two miter saws. I got the wood one, and it's going to get out of here, but I've got an Evolution miter saw that we want to build a permanent station and have this 20-foot steel that's here on the floor in our way of moving back and forth, actually behind on racks that you can move in and out and in place. I've got a chest, a Husky toolbox over here, and it's just got mechanics tools and pliers and wrenches and all the normal goodies. Some 3D printers that I never use, fiber laser that I do use quite a bit. It's actually not working right now. Don't know what happened to it. Old Harbor Freight workbench. It's pretty much it. Just hang around, check out as we go through. I'm going to try and do different videos on each individual workspace as we get figured out what we're going to do with that workspace and then how it's going to be laid out. I'll show you the build on each of those spaces, and we've actually got some pretty cool builds that are coming that I've got videos for. I just need to edit them.